Hello everyone and welcome back to Dr. Dark in the horror and honestly what really is my objective? I talked with the crane guy but it didn't really give me much I feel. I'm sure the crane's head disappeared now. Can you run? Can you hear? No, it's here. Oh I can no longer enter. Okay, it looks like it's still it's a thing. Could you just return home? Oh, you're finally running. Thank you, woman. Okay, the air in the collector's basement was stagnant and heavy. If I had stayed any longer, I feel like it may have suffocated me. For the time I was there, Akihabara faded away into a distant memory. I returned to the surface, with my hand out to shield my eyes from the sunlight, and listened to the people in the street. The conversation seemed so pointless, part of a world I no longer belonged. The busy sounds of the street swept the cobwebs from my mind, forcing me to remember everything I told the collector and everything he impossibly knew. I told him so much, but did I have a choice? Maybe he was right, and I was a puppet after all. That moment, it didn't matter. The dark and the mask both belonged to the world I was now a part of. Normal methods of investigation couldn't lead me to them. Countless paths were narrowed to two, and I had no choice but to march forward toward the lead I had been given. As I left Akihabara behind, one thing bothered me. How did the collector know so much about me? Was I really so easy to read? I think the answer is a little more supernatural than you wish, but that's just life for us. I didn't have time to dwell on it. Katsuki and Raina were in the dark. The match had been all but confirmed, and I now had the means, however impossible, to find them. Two paths: the mask and the dark. Both were necessary, and I had to make a choice of which to follow first. Chase of a talent agency in Tokyo's red light district, or back to Kamakura to visit Mai, the girl I nearly got killed. Neither seemed very appealing. My logical side didn't understand how either would help, but as everything around me cracked and crumbled away, logic didn't matter anymore. I had to choose. Maybe something would choose for me. Regret a few choices over there I made in the past, but you know, life. I think we're gonna return to Kamakura and talk with my. I trust that more than the model agency. I feel like there might be an empty lead. Maybe it isn't, but I I just want to talk with my. I guess see the world from her perspective that day if we can, if she will dare to talk with us. I came here to find out about the mask, but there's something I've got to do first. 6 months ago, I sent one girl to the morgue and very nearly killed another. Since then, I have thought of coming here to apologize to Mai Kawana countless times, but couldn't will myself to see her and be faced with my failure. I think of her fear and hurt in her eyes, and I feel nothing but shame. For my own peace of mind, I need to tell her the truth about that day, and about how I lost control. Hopefully she can find it in herself to forgive me enough to help me with an investigation of the mask. Wait, it's Fo. Where did cherry blossoms blooming. It's like nothing's changed since that day. Well, that's reassuring. Is our friend over here again? No. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's, you? It's not, oh, it's Ayami-san. Oh, it's Miss Detective. Oh, anything? No, it's you. Yeah. Very observant, very detective. Station attendant Magira. I was reading the papers and I saw your picture. And then I saw the picture on the TV news. Oh my, poor Ayami, you just look so dead. And maybe the seventh Chan message boards after I looked you up. Yeah, that, you like, Magira, you could have kept that to yourself. If I'm to be honest, we don't care. You're still making our day better, actions making our day worse, so you could have kept that to yourself. I'm sorry. I was curious. I remember meeting you and couldn't believe it. You didn't meet a celebrity, oh my god. Of course, it's not good or anything, but you never know who you meet in this business. Magira, please. I really regret actually attempting to talk to you right now. I mean, that's not to say if this was your fault or anything. It's just look at Ayumi. She's just like, please, shut up. Just shut your trap, please. Every word makes everything worse and more awkward than it's supposed to be. Okay, so the message boards are pretty bad. There's a lot of bad stuff on there, like, wow. I have a hard time deciding if he or the guy from that warehouse is worse, honestly. Pretty wild stuff. Are you done? Oh, right. Sorry, yeah. Hello, again. What's going on with the weather here? It's fall. Why are the cherry blossoms out? It's beautiful, isn't it? That's not an answer to my question in Magira. There's a species of cherry tree, the Prunus subirtella autumnalis, that sometimes blooms twice a year. Oh! At least that's what it says online. I didn't realize. Who would have thought we would have them here in Kamakura? I still feel it's ghosts and demons, but it's a good restaurant that maybe it's just that. Well, I say Kamakura, but they only seem to be in this part of town. Lucky, huh? A cherry blossom tree that blooms in fall? I have never seen it. Are you sure you've got your facts straight? It seems impossible. Yeah, Autumnali's name is also a little impossible, but I don't know. Impossible? Do you doubt my botany expertise? Actually, as a matter of fact, yes I do, Magira. Impossible would be if the seasons start reversing themselves, don't you think? Maybe they are. Yeah, it certainly feels that way. Huh? You say something? Why the glum face? Anyway, I hope you take advantage of the weather and go for a picnic or something. Probably not, but kind of, but also worry me. Okay, let's just exit. I'm looking for Mai Kawana. Have you seen her? Oh, you're looking for Mai again, huh? Are you sure that's such a good idea? She was pretty upset about the happenings the last time you were here. I mean, I've barely seen her leave Kamakura since then. Well, it's not me that put the knife to her neck, so, I imagine that's where she barely leaves Kamakura. And not because of the inspector that didn't do their best job trying to rescue you, but because of the kidnapper and possible murderer that, took you, basically. Usually, I would say. Like, I don't know, if I was in my situation, I don't think I would be upset with the inspector that shot the person that was trying to murder me. Like, it was very risky, yes. But I feel like I wouldn't be angry at the policeman or woman. I don't think I would be angry at that person. I would be angry and upset with the criminal. In my honest opinion, I would definitely feel that perhaps it wasn't like the safest or the best solution of life, but I ended up surviving that, and that's what matters. I don't know. I don't think the detective would be the first person I would blame, for the happenings. Maybe it's best you leave her alone. It's important I talk to her. I suppose she'll be at the shrine that's down the street like usual. But it's very important to this town. Please, don't upset her too much. Well, we don't plan to. We own everything to go back to normal. Okay. Is my grandmother still at that house near here? You want to see her? Well, she is still around, I suppose. I see the comings and goings of all the people around here. I don't see her getting out much though. Oh, yeah, that reminds me. When you were last here in April, did she, I don't know, give you something? I'm not accusing you, of course, I heard there was an important artifact that went missing last spring. Kawana is old and losing her faculties a bit. Maybe she gave it to you by mistake. Can you remember anything like that? I'm not gonna lie, I think there's gonna be just, you know, messing things up. And I can say, like, she wanted me to have it, okay? Woman, man, she wanted me. And now it became a crime thing because it ended the way it did. Oh, so you do know about it? It's a relief. We don't want to think something so important was stolen by some riffraff, right? So, do you know when they will return it? You'll have to ask headquarters about that kind of thing, sorry. I did. I contacted them several times. They said they didn't know anything about it. They said they didn't have it. You don't think they're lying to you, detective? They wouldn't lie about something like that, something so precious to this town, would they? I mean, for them, it's just a wooden mask. And I think that they might have not connected in a way that the mask that was like in well the mask might have not connected fully because the way this happened is that the mask was on us when we murdered Raina, and then it became like an evidence thing. I think it was taken away from us, so I imagine that's when it went somewhere. And then it was again used in the another murder, and again it became evidence. So I think they would notice it's the pounds, but I don't know. But then maybe they wouldn't connect it. I don't know. So that could be a misunderstanding too, or I don't know. I'm sure whoever he talked to was mistaken. Yes, that must be it. I'll keep trying. Enjoy your time in Kamakura. Okay. I don't want to leave Kamakura. I don't know it's about leaving Kamakura or talking about leaving Kamakura. I'm just gonna leave that at it. Why they didn't clean that? It's been 6 months. I wonder. Okay. Grandma don't wanna see us. I guess we just go to the shrine and see how Mai is doing and whether she will want to talk with us. But I have some doubts. Cherry blossoms fell gently at my feet as I approached the Kawana family shrine. In front of me was Mai Kawana, still dressed in the outfit of the shrine maiden. I imagine she wears it every day to work. She had seen me approach and stood there frozen and terrified, the same helpless look on her face as when she had a knife to her throat months before. This time, it was me she was terrified of. Okay. We're the only two people at the shrine, yet I couldn't shake the feeling of being followed. A familiar presence watching from the shadows. Oh goodness. No! 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 Oh no! 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 I really don't want to do this. No! I'm gonna let the time run out. I don't want to do this. No. I won't do it. Why now? Why her? I don't have to do what you say. I'm not a puppet. I can choose. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Jesus in heaven. I would feel so fucking guilty if I killed her. You? The detective from before, why are you just standing there? Is it over? I'm fine. Sorry to scare you. I'm here to talk to you. See, I have never been good at apologies. By the way, that's the worst first sentence of an apology. Just say awkwardly, I'm sorry. It'll be obvious. Also, the music can fucking calm your tatas. It's fine. Please. Please don't. Thank you. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm sorry for everything I put you through. I've been meaning to talk to you ever since that day. I should have come sooner. You're here to apologize? Now. I didn't hear from anyone in 6 months. The police only talked to me once, and then everyone here started avoiding me and acting like it never happened. I guess that makes me the last person you want to see now. After that day, I'm sure some police came by and told you that I was only following procedure, but that's bull. Police in this country don't go around shooting poor people. I didn't feel myself and lost control, putting you at risk. Sounds vague to say I lost control at such a crucial time, I bet. But that's the truth. The truth? It's strange, isn't it? Cherry blossoms, I mean. It's silly, but every time someone comes here and says how beautiful they are, I get so mad. It's like they don't understand my feelings at all. But that's selfish, huh? It's like I want everyone to suffer along with me. I imagine the only other one who understands that is you, detective. Your name's Ito, right? It's so quiet here. It's hard to imagine something like that day in April really happened in a place so peaceful. But it did. I know that you and your partner were only doing what you could to save me, but I wish I could have helped. I felt so helpless. At least you told me the truth. Thank you. You know, I asked Grandma about the mask the red-headed girl was after and she denied knowing anything. Can the music stop, please? It was a lie. I found one of her old journals at the shrine and she wrote that the mask was important and had to be hidden away. Why would she lie to me? I'm sick of everyone always trying to protect me by covering everything up. Grandma hadn't been the same since that day either. She shuts herself up in that old house and mumbles to herself about darkness and purity. I'm so worried about her. My gut tells me that mask has something to do with it. I'm sorry. Listen to me rambling away. I bet you don't care about any of that. The truth is, I think you're right about the mask having something to do with all this strangeness. I actually came here to ask you about it. You think so too? Well, let me help you. I don't know anything, but maybe Takashi does? Oh, sorry. Takashi's my brother. He used to live here in Kamakura with me and Grandma, but he left the first chance he got. We talk on the phone all the time, but he refuses to come back and visit. I get the feeling he knows something I don't. He won't even tell me about how my parents died. Where does your brother live now? He's an instructor at the Kendo Dojo in Asakusa in Tokyo. I hear he's a big shot in the Kendo world. Huh. Sounds he'd be a good place to start. Do you think he'll speak to me? You can try. He's never been very good at opening up to strangers, though. It's worth a shot. Thanks for helping me, Mai. Okay, we didn't kill her. Success. I wonder, did the mask made Grandma kill Mai's parents? I wonder. Okay, Asakusa. Let's go. My investigation after that point led me to believe that finding Takashi Kawana would be difficult and convoluted, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Turns out his Kendo dojo was well regarded as a popular training spot for a few national champions and several of the city's police officers. The latter made me nervous. The information I was asking for was sensitive, and I didn't want word of my investigation finding its way back to headquarters. A few misfired questions could end up with officers knocking on my door, or worse, Yukimura himself calling me up. How they sure didn't call you up? You stole evidence! You beaten up a cop! How there were cameras! How did they not call you up yet? I have wonderful questions about that, my woman. I swear, what is life? It's a question. But I guess this is a warning to what question you ask. Well, will define what happens to you next. Yay! You remember this is this one place where say there's no saves and our choices are final and stuff. Instead is the interior of a traditional tea shop. It doesn't look like anyone's been there recently. Okay. Hello there, would you be interested in buying some of the finest takoyaki in Tokyo? This isn't the cheap stuff you buy at the Hudson Festival to make you question everything you knew about octopus in a ball form. Who can say no to that sales pitch? Sure, I'll take some. Oh, look at that! I see! Wow, you're right. This is maybe the best takoyaki I've had. Thank you, miss. Best takoyaki on all the islands. I got some more sanity. Lost a bit of professionalism, but I got sanity back and the rest isn't looking too good either. But, I haven't pet my kitten in a while. Tourists likely. I can hear them speaking English. My English is so great, so I doubt they'll be of much help, but I wonder what they're talking about. Let's be noisy. Um, your Japanese is perfect. As a college professor, if it wasn't, I'll probably be out of a job. I'm no college professor, but I work in a Japanese solar company, so being a bit of trouble too. Don't look at me, I just live here. Well, not in Tokyo, in the suburbs. Well, I think you guys might speak Japanese better than I do. I mean, sorry, I never. Oh, we could count in. Would you prefer to speak in English instead? No, I mean, no, please, Japanese is fine, sorry. I wasn't meaning to be noisy. I guess I don't see people wearing yukata to say in the air. Is there a festival or something? No. We come to Asakusa every year and the yukata became part of the tradition after a while. Guess it makes us to know more than we already do, huh? Don't knock traditions, Tony. Admittedly, my legs are a little cold though. Okay, well, that was interesting. I would love to wear a yukata one of those days. They look really fancy. This looks like the dojo I was looking for. It has a very traditional aesthetic. Oh, hello there. Who are you? You're a friend of my sister's? You expect me to believe that? A little old, don't you think? Gee, thanks. Really, you think I wouldn't recognize you? You're the officer who was... Yeah, I guess that answer was wrong. You're the officer that was at the shrine in April who almost got her killed. And now you're lying about it, pretending to be her friend to no doubt to get something. Yeah, I already made wrong decisions. Great, that's going great. I look so shocked. Your little deception was easy to read, is all. After your idiocy in Kamakura, I heard Mike crying over the phone every night for a month. I'm sorry, but lucky you. At least I didn't kill your sister, and I could have. Don't bother her anymore. Now get out of here, before myself or one of your fellow officers has to throw you out. I fucked up. A lot. Well, that didn't go well. Maybe I will know how to soften her brother up. Oh, I fucked up, like, big time. Maybe I should, like, take a moment to go to the apartment, pet the cat, take the pill or something. I don't know. I think I managed to find your brother. He didn't exactly seem happy to see me. Yeah, you found Big Brother, right? He's been protective of me ever since we were little. I know I'm probably overstepping my boundaries, but would you be willing to come talk to him? I don't think he'll tell me anything on my own. You want me to help? Seeing you again really got me thinking. I decided that even if everyone's trying to hide it, I can't sit here and ignore what's happening. I need to understand why my family has been acting so strangely. Even my own brother is keeping me in the dark. I'm sick of it. Sure, I'll come with you, Ito. If I went alone, he'd probably pat me on the head and send me on my way. But if you're there, I'm sure he'll tell me about my parents, the mask, and everything. Are you sure that's what you want? Sometimes not knowing is better, Mai. No. No more stupid little Mai. I'd rather be hurt and know than happy and ignorant. But before we go, let's check on Grandma. These days, if she doesn't know where I am, it can really set her off. Alright, we'll make a quick stop at the house. Thanks, Mai. Well, I guess we're going? Yeah. Grandma, it's me. Please open the door. Mai? Oh, Mai, it's you. Please, come in. Yes, come in. I mean, we could let Mai just go do her thing alone, but sure. Wait, what is she doing here? It's okay, Grandma. She's here to help. Help? Huh, don't make me laugh. You were supposed to help me, remember? I felt something, and you were going to free me from the past. Free you? Are you talking about the mask? Do not discuss that horrid thing here. No matter how far you go, I can still feel it, like needles in my skin dragging me to it. In my dreams, I can still see that place. Have you seen it too, detective? A dark place where those we've lost reside. I'm so old and have wasted so much time, and yet the pain won't go away. My poor Amico. I miss her so much. If only I could have found her. Amico? You mean Mom? Find her. What are you talking about? She's gone. Takashi told me she died after I was born. Yes, of course. You shouldn't be asking about such things, Mai. If it weren't for this woman, you'd be safe at the shrine. No, Grandma, you're wrong. It's not safe while everyone lies to me. I'm going to see Takashi. If you don't tell me the truth, he will. Mai, listen to yourself. You must stop. Opening the door to the past will solve nothing. It's not about solving things, but refusing to accept the lies as the truth and wanting to know the truth. It's not about solving things, it's about knowing things. Ever since you were little, I've done what I could to protect you and your brother. Please, don't go down this path. You look so much like her, you know? Your mother. And you, detective? Perhaps my granddaughter is too naive to see it, but you can't hide it from me. I know what you've seen, what you think you're able to do. But keep my family out of it. We have suffered enough. You don't know anything about me, and besides, I'm not the one hiding things from my family. Tell me, do you know the story of Izanagi and Izanami? Grandma? This again? I'm sure he does not interested in hearing some old myth. Really, we should get going. Stay right there. I've told you the story so many times you don't seem to grasp its importance. I think it would be of use to this woman to hear it. Oh, pretty. Okay, let's hear a story. Izanagi and Izanami were the first of the gods known to us as the kami. I think I read that once. Actually, no. Yeah, I read about the story. Okay, this gonna be interesting. Japanese mythology, or at least a little bit what I read it, was so shocking to me compared to European. Very intriguing, very interesting. So let's dive into this one. In legend, it was the drops of ocean water that fell from Izanagi's jeweled spirit that created the islands of Japan. When they descended to our lands, they brought their love and devotion with them to the realms of mortals. Izanagi and Izanami had many children, the deities of nature that inhabit the natural world all around us. For a time, life was peaceful. However, as Izanami gave birth to Kakutsuchi, the kami of fire, she was horribly burned and suffered mortal wounds. As she lay dying, and faced with her mortality, new Kami were born from her suffering, Kami that hid away from the light. When Izanami passed, Izanagi was inconsolable, and in his rage he struck down the child that killed his love. Unable to accept her death, he ventured deep underground to Yomi no Kuni, the land of the dead. Half blind and distraught with grief, he wandered in the darkness until he finally heard the voice of his beloved. Though unable to see her face, Izanagi begged Izanami to return with him. Izanami replied that she would try, and asked the gods of Yami no Kuni permission to return to the land of the living. Incapable of restraining his desire to see his love, Izanagi set his camp alight in order to look up his lost love. What greeted him was the sight of her decaying, worm-eaten face. In horror, Izanagi attempted to flee Yomi no Kuni. Izanami, enraged, sent dark spirits to pursue him and drag him back to her. After narrowly escaping, Izanagi sealed the entrance to Yomi no Kuni with a great boulder. So you see, it is our mortality that brings suffering into the world. Yet resisting it is a perversion of the natural order. Being mortal means we must accept that we cannot control life and death. Detective, some things cannot be changed, and some doors should never be opened. You must stop. Grandma, you're talking about stories and myths. We're talking about real things. Well, she doesn't realize that, first of all, Tanaka, well, she might know that Tanaka is dead, it was on the news. But secondly, Ayami is like, yeah, I saw something in the turn in the sewer to look like Tanaka, so he's alive. Despite me seeing his throat being cut open right before my eyes, he's alive. He's there. I gotta find him, like, that's what Italy is like. Sort of. The story may be a myth, but there is truth within it. Can't you see that? The things you pursue, they are unnatural, unclean. Heed my warning and stop this foolishness. I won't let you involve my family any further. First those bastards take my Emiko, then you show up? Perhaps I'm being punished for my sins. Mai, come here. Come here, my sweet child. We must keep you away from her. No, Grandma. I told you already. I'm going to see Takashi. I'm an adult now. You can't tell me what to do anymore. No, you can't. You can't go. You must protect our family from outsiders, Mai. You're reopening old wounds. Leave us alone. Let us heal. Heal? You think I want to heal? Can't you see how much these lies have hurt me already? You're the one wounding me, Grandma, not Ito. You're the delusional. You tell us stories about kami and spirits. Takashi may hide things from me too, but at least he makes sense. This time he's going to tell me the truth about everything. About Mom and Dad too. No, stop. I'll tell you how your parents, how they... You can't, can you? You've never told me how they died. The reasons always changed every time I asked. Oh my, please. You must listen. They might be listening. You're still out here. And they haven't forgiven me. Can't you see? They? What are you talking about? You're insane. I'm sorry I spoke to you that way. I'll be back to check on you soon. Don't go, please. Goodbye, Grandma. Why do I have a bad feeling that Grandma will be like gone when she returns, like dead or something? I'm sorry, she's gotten much worse since you last saw her. No, it's fine. Why do you think she told us that story? You know why, Ito? Because you want to bring Tanaka back. Because you don't want to accept his death. That's why. That's why she told you this story. I'm so annoyed at her because she knows. She fucking knows, okay? It's you, Ito. So don't play as it's not you. About Izanaki, I don't know. It was kind of creepy, wasn't it? She was talking about it like she really believed it. Come on, let's go see Takashi. Okay, we're gonna see Takashi in the next episode. I need like a moment also to calm myself because I'm really angry at Ito being either clueless or like openly ignoring it and acting as she doesn't know what she's doing. And she's obviously doing something, but you know it's Liv. Hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, comment below about the episode and stuff else, and I'll see you in about next one. Next one, bye.